Greetings, students. Today's video is on quadratic functions and specifically with word problems. So what I have for you right here is an example of a quadratic function. It makes a parabola that's a U shape, and the U will either be going up or it will be going down, and that's called a parabola. So here is an example of a word problem that you can read on your own. And what's happening is this problem is showing motion. So what it's saying is the height of an item is falling from a distance of 20.7 feet. And the question is, how long will it take the item to hit the ground? And that's what we're looking for. How long will it take the item to hit the ground? So what I've done is I have drawn an illustration for you. And right here is the y-intercept. The item is 20.7 feet off the ground, so we start at 20.7 feet. Up here it says the word initial right there, and initial means beginning. So the beginning height in feet is 20.7. And so the item, somebody's standing on a roof at 20.7 feet off the ground, and they throw, I think it's a cup. Yeah, they drop a cup, and it falls to the ground, and it hits the ground right here. And where it hits the ground, that's the x-intercept. And that it hits the ground at 1.14 seconds. And what you want to do is you want to write an equation. Now the equation is negative 16 t to the second, because up here in the problem, that's what it says. Here's your equation. Negative 16 t to the second plus h sub 0. Now, h sub 0 is the beginning point. So here's our equation. Negative 16 t to the second plus 20.7. That was our beginning point right here, 20.7 feet. And what we're going to do is we're going to go over to Desmos graphing. And we're going to type that in. So here's Desmos. And if you look right there, there's a little keypad where you can press on that, and then your keypad will pop up. So we're going to type in negative 16. And instead of t, I'm just going to use x, just because it's right there on the keypad. And you see that button right there that says a to the second? If you press that, it'll make it x squared. That's how you make it to the second power. The rest of the equation says plus 20.7, and there's your parabola. And what we can do is we can go over here to the side, and you see that plus and minus sign. You can zoom in and zoom out. All right, so let's look at this, and let's move our little mouse. And if I hover over the top point at the very, very top, that says 0, 20.7. That's our beginning point. That is our y-intercept. But what we're looking for, the question said, how long will it take to hit the ground? So here it is. Somebody's standing on the roof. They throw the cup off the roof, and it falls to the ground and falls to the ground. It's falling, and right there on the x-axis, that's where it hits the ground. And that right there is the x-intercept. And if you hover over the point, the numbers will pop up. That's how I know it takes 1.137 seconds to hit the ground. Okay? And see, and I have it written over here as 1.14 because they rounded it. But that's what you're looking for, is the x-intercept. And that is how we do today's work. I hope you learn.